Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back for Self-Care Sunday, where we take one day out to deep condition, treat ourselves, talk, hang out. How are y'all doing? So you can tell by the title that we are doing some more Camille Rose. I was like, girl, you done bought all this Camille Rose shit and you reviewing all this other stuff. I had to check myself for a second. I was like, we need to get that together. So, today I am busting out the Algae Renew Deep Conditioning Mask with cocoa and mango butter. And it's a vitamin-packed moisturizing and strengthening treatment infused with blue-green algae. So, I think I mentioned in my Camille Rose World Natural Hair Show weekend haul that I have used the Algae Renew before. And I didn't like it. It was just like, it was there. I put it in my hair. I rinsed it out. I didn't really see any long-term benefits in it, and that was back when I was just using one deep conditioner at a time. You know, by the time I finished the jar, I was like, But since then, the ingredients have changed a little bit, and there are ingredients in here that I think will help with the penetration of the products into my hair. Before, like, this was mostly like shea butter and mango butter and cocoa butter, and that's cool and all, but it ain't do nothing. So I wanted to bust this back out and see if this formulation actually works for me. So many of you guys rave about this mask, and I've always felt a little left out. So I want to see if I'm going to have a better experience. So if you're interested in seeing how this mask works on my hair and just hanging out with me, then just keep watching. How's everybody doing this week? I'm doing pretty good. I've been busy, just picking up a lot of shifts, so I've been really busy. I'm kind of sad because I did not want to rinse out that Cheers wash and go that I did. You guys saw that yesterday, but I think I put the products in my hair Wednesday. I could have let that wash and go stretch until Monday. And I had intended on just filming Self-Care Sunday on Sunday, but I have to work Sunday, and it's like right smack dab in the middle of the day. And I didn't feel like going to work with wet hair, so we're not going to do that. That is what she looks like. So I'm already more hopeful because this mask is movable. Back in the day when I used it, it was like a thick butter. Like, it was so thick. I liked the way it went through my hair, but like I said, it didn't penetrate. It didn't do anything with heat, without heat, no matter how long it sat on my hair. It just didn't do anything. So let's look at these ingredients. The first 5 are deionized water, aloe vera juice, shea butter, coconut oil, and BTMS. And the BTMS is what really excites me because that helps with slip, and it also helps with penetration into the hair strands. So I'm excited. So yeah, I've just been keeping busy. Today I am in like cleaning mode. There's like 5,000 things I need to do and not enough time in the day, and I got in late. So obviously I was not trying to wake up at the butt crack of dawn to get stuff done. Like, obviously I was sleeping. We went to go see the new Spider-Man movie last night, which was really good, by the way. If you are a Marvel lover, you will enjoy it. I know I did. So that was fun, but it was a 10:15 showing because I didn't get off until 9:30. So we had the late showing, so I got in late, which was fine. I'm grown. Yeah, so I have a lot of cleaning I need to do. I vacuumed my bed today because of that little chunk right there. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I love you. Yeah, she's got some hair on her, y'all. And it is a level that I have not experienced. I've had pets my whole life. I don't think I've ever had a pet that sheds this much. She sheds a lot. Oh yeah, this is much thinner and movable. Okay, I'm excited. Yeah, this spreads really nicely through the hair. And I feel like it is actually soaking into my strands. That's a good sign. So hopefully I will get some results from this. But yeah, so I vacuumed my bed today because she has some serious hair on her. And I am currently doing laundry. I pulled out the bedspread that I had in my apartment. I'm going to switch that. So this is going to be gone. Because first of all, it was really only here because that was the only thing that was there. And when I moved back, I really didn't care about changing it. Because when I was gone, my room was basically being used as like a guest room. Because we don't have an actual guest room. Because my mom like babysits for like kids, you know, like family, friends, kids and stuff, so they would stay in here when I was gone. But yeah, I'm just gonna switch it out because the actual fabric on this comforter just holds on to the hair. Like, it doesn't help. It just kind of makes it all worse. So I'm going to switch it out with my other one, which is a different material, so I think it's going to make it easier to get the hair off, because like I was just going at that comforter for like a good 20 minutes with the vacuum because it took a lot of time to really like release that hair. Mind you, that was like 2 days worth of hair. It wasn't even like I hadn't cleaned it off or anything. That was 2 days worth of hair. So she sheds a lot. We have been brushing her. I think that it would help if she had a little bit more oil in her diet. So I tried getting her to start eating wet food, and she does not like wet food. Go figure. So I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to like get that into her diet, because this hair situation, we got to get it under control. But I think having different bedding will help, because that it's not going to stick to it the way that it does with this. Because that one, it's not like velvet. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like fuzzy and it really just clings to hair. So this is how that section's looking. This looks much more promising than the first time I used this mask. Much more promising. It's gliding through the hair easier. That's why, like, sometimes changes in formulation are for the better. Because just because the ingredients are supernatural don't mean they're doing anything. Like, if it's just sitting on top of your hair, then you're just putting on expensive formulations for it to just sit there and then go right down the drain. And I am not about that life, so. But that's why I said, like, when I started getting back into Camille Rose deep conditioners, I was skeptical because of this deep conditioner. So. But since then, like, Camille Rose has been one of my favorites for deep treatments. Because that oud moisture infusion is really nice. And I love that Nangai and Tsubaki. I think in about a month or so, it'll be time for me to use that. Because that one's a heavy protein treatment, so I don't use that often. That was the only reason I didn't get a second one, because I knew it was going to be, like, by the time it was time for me to bust it back out, I would be so close to Black Friday, you know what I mean, that it wouldn't matter. And even then, like, by the time another sale rolled around, I still wouldn't have to buy another one right away. So far I am enjoying this texture though. It is very creamy. It looks like ice cream and it smells like ice cream. Kind of has like a mint chip-ish smell. I like it. But I did want to come on and talk to you guys about something, and I am coming on with so much love in what I'm saying. Y'all know I don't like to be condescending or anything. And there were some things that I saw on Instagram from the owner of Unicurl that I had been wanting to talk about this for a hot minute, but honestly, like, these last few weeks, I have just had, like, my brain has just been on another planet, just between, like I told you guys last week, I had a really bad period, and then my pharmacy messed up my medication right after. So not only that, I was like off my meds, and I couldn't think about any of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. But that was one of the things that I had wanted to talk to you guys about, and as soon as I shut the camera off, I realized I was like, I didn't even talk about that. And part of me wasn't sure if I should, but then, like, Alexis kind of confirmed what I was feeling, and she's been very frustrated because she is a type 4 natural, and you guys know when I did the Unicurl review that I was very, like, if you're type 4, I think you should try this. Because obviously she's going to formulate products that work for her hair type. Like, she has very coarse hair. She has type 4 hair. Kind of like in that 4B range. She's like 4B, 4C. She's like a mixture of both. And she's been really frustrated, and she had mentioned it before, and I see it all the time on her Instagram, but other Instagram accounts from brands, and different hair pages, and on like Facebook comment sections and stuff, with the comments of, where's the 4C hair? Why don't you post 4C? I'm tired of seeing people that don't look like me. My hair will never do this. And we've kind of discussed this before, like, you know, there's no 3C individual can compare how they felt about their hair to a 4C individual, just simply because we are treated differently, and you have to acknowledge that. Like, you have to acknowledge that you are treated differently in the community. But I've kind of been noticing on my platforms now, I search a lot of 4C hair pages. A lot of the 4C hair pages that I was following don't even post anymore, and I think that what I'm about to talk about is really the reason why. Guys, you have to actually consume and engage in the content that you claim that you want to see. And this is really, really important. Now, I need y'all to hear what I'm saying. Because when I see a video from a 3C or like a type 2 hair type, there are hundreds of comments. The majority of them are people saying, I'm mad that you don't post type 4 hair. And these brands are like, yeah, we do. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, they do. I just saw a 4C chick right before I went, right before I saw this post. And people will be like, you're lying. And one, people don't just go to the brand's Instagram, for one. But then when I go onto the posts of women that have like 4B, 4C hair textures, there's like 2 comments. And I'm like, there's hundreds of people over here saying they want to see 4C content. The content is created, it's shared, it's put out there several times, and I see it so much on my page. The reason I see it is because I don't just search 4C content, I engage in 4C content. And what a lot of people don't understand is that Instagram is not the type of place where they care about where you want to see. Instagram is a numbers and engagement game. That's all that it is. So Instagram isn't reading the fact that you're mad at this company because you feel like you don't see enough 4Cs. They just see your engagement, whether your engagement is negative or positive. And I had this conversation with Alexis. That's all that Instagram sees. And so all you're doing is swaying Instagram's algorithm to 3C and type 2 content. That's what you're doing. When you go on to post and you complain and you get upset, And I'm not saying that the complaints are invalid. You guys know, I feel like 4C representation is not what it should be, but it is there. And if all you do is complain on these 3C, type 3 and type 2 posts about not seeing your hair type represented, well, guess what? You're going to keep seeing that hair type because that's all that you do. So you're not going to see the posts that they make with the 4C natural. And see, that's the thing, is that on Instagram, you kind of have like a 10-minute window when you make a post. And if you don't get a certain amount of engagement, views, etc., but mostly engagement, your post is essentially going to be hidden. If you cannot keep that engagement up, your posts are going to be hidden. And so if the 3C videos, the 3C content is getting all of the engagement and the 4C content isn't, then the 4C content is going to be hidden. And you're going to have to go on that person's page and search for that 4C content. And this is why I say it is very important to not just talk about it, but actually consume the material that you guys want to see. I also feel this way about YouTube. Now, we know there are a whole lot of people that are type 4 fishing. There are women on here that know they shouldn't be putting type 4 on their videos, and they do anyway. But listen, y'all are smart, and y'all have eyeballs, and you can see in the thumbnail that that wash and go is not a 4C wash and go. You can see it. So why do you click on it? I'm just saying, like, when there's somebody that I disagree with and I continue to click on their videos, I am making a conscious decision to consume their content even though I may not agree with them. I had this discussion about the Glam Twins. For some reason, I just like watching them. And a lot of times they say some dumb stuff. Like, they really do. They say some dumb stuff. They tell y'all to do some dumb stuff. And oftentimes they don't have the most positive attitudes. There's something that I like about them and I continue to watch them regardless. I just pick and choose what content I want to consume. I watch the things that interest me, and then I don't watch the things that don't interest me. But that's a conscious decision. I know what I'm doing when I click on that video. If you see someone that is type 4 fishing, and you click on that video and you leave a comment, you're not 4C, well, guess what? You still gave them the engagement. And therefore, you are still swaying their content to the popular channels. You're going to get more suggestions for videos like theirs because you went on that page to comment that they're not type 4. Everyone on the planet can see that they're type 4. That, whether you're type 4 or not. Even though I will say there are some people who are like, she's not really 4C, and I'm like, she's 4C, she just did a twist out. Like, you kind of have to know what, you kind of have to know that person's hair and know what their wash and goes or their naked hair looks like compared to like a twist out or a braid out or whatever. And there are some ladies on here that, like, their twist outs and braid outs are so defined. They've just mastered them so well that it does look like their hair type. So I do understand that confusion because it's, that's the only way that they wear their hair. So you make this assumption, oh, they're not. But then when you see like their naked hair, you're like, okay, yeah, she is. But I wanted to have that conversation because, sometimes it's just a little confusing, and eventually if brands are not seeing the same engagement on type 4 content, like if you're asking for type 4 content and the content is being created but the content is not being consumed, it's not being engaged with, then eventually they're going to stop investing their time in type 4 content creators. They're not going to get that push that you keep asking for because their posts aren't generating sales. Like, it's a numbers game, y'all. It's not a feelings game. And I know that it's upsetting. I know that it's frustrating because at the end of the day, 4Cs deserve just as much representation as any other hair type. And you guys don't get the same thing. But I want to see 4C content creators win. I want 4C consumers to feel like they have people to watch and relate to in the community. I want 4C consumers to see themselves in ads. But the actual content has to be consumed. The things that we ask for, we have to actually, watch and consume. And I'm just going to pause for a minute because doesn't this look awesome? No, it looks really good. But Alexis had just kind of, posed that. And some people got really upset with her that she went there. But it was something that I felt that needed to be said, and it needs to be said more. I was just happy that someone that was type 4 said it. And I know it's frustrating for her because she's like, dude, like, I'm doing ambassador searches and I'm only asking for type 4, I'm posting type 4 content, and I see her type 4 content like all the time. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, but why aren't people engaging with the type 4 content? And it's because you're not seeing it. And you have to use your social media platforms to best suit what you want to see. Me personally, I like diversity on my page. I like to see hair types that look like mine or engage with content creators who tend to have the same preferences that I do, if that makes sense. But I do like to see other hair types. I like to see what people with other hair types are using, what techniques those people are employing. And I like to see what brands are actually making a conscious effort to diversify their content. And so I do a lot of 4C searches. That, for one, like, I get a lot of 4C posts and ads, like on Facebook, Instagram, etc. Just because I search a lot of 4C content. So if there's a 4C natural that I can watch and support, I'm seeing her posts first. But when it comes to these brands, y'all, like, you have to engage in the content. And I don't know if this is something that the masses are really going to understand. Because it's not something that a lot of people talk about. But truthfully, like, if you want to see more of what looks like you, you have to engage with more of the people that look like you. And it doesn't matter if you're telling the brand off in a comment section, that's still engagement. And all you're doing is creating less of what you want to see on these social media platforms. You're not swaying the algorithm to your side. You're swaying the algorithm the other way. And that's something that I really want a lot of people to understand, because there's so many stark differences. Like, there really are, especially like on Facebook. Oh my God, it's really bad on Facebook. Like, I will see these posts with, 3B3C hair, and all of the comments are like, my hair's nappy, my hair won't do this. I'm tired of you lying about these products working because this person's hair is already curly. And like, I don't think that people understand that, like, the point of a product is not to make your hair curl. And so a lot of those people just don't have an understanding of what a product is actually supposed to do. And so they're already selling themselves short because they're upset that the product is not going to make their hair do what somebody else's hair does. If you have curls, the product should give you optimal curl health. It should moisturize your hair. It shouldn't sit on top of your hair. There's a whole host of factors that go into that. But you see all of these negative comments on the 3C hair post, and then I see these like beautiful 4C influencers on my page, and there's not a single comment, not a love, not a like. Like, And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, but I thought this was what, like, and that sucks. It really does suck, because I feel like there's too many people asking for the content, and genuine people that are trying to bring that content to get their name out there. And it really, like, it's going to hurt them in the long run too, because if their work isn't bringing anything in, then 9 times out of 10, these companies aren't going to reach out to them like that. And so they're losing out too. So I just want everybody to be mindful about, when it comes to stuff like this, when it comes to representation, being mindful about who you are actually engaging with and how you are using that platform. Because complaining on somebody's post, honestly, is only going to give them more engagement. It's not going to sway anything to the side that you want to see. And I would like to actually see 4C hair posts that have comments in them, and have likes and have loves, and like that's what I want to see. I want to see 4C hair posts that have just as much engagement as those type 3 hair posts. That's what I want to see. But I'm just one person, and so my doing that isn't going to change anything. It has to come from the masses of people that want to see the shift in representation. So I just wanted to have that conversation. Like, Alexis pretty much solidified what I was already feeling, and I kind of felt like I wanted to bring it up. But like I said, I kept forgetting, because my brain has been a pile of mush these last couple of weeks. But yeah, you have to, Instagram is fun, YouTube is fun, but when it comes to representation, you do have to be mindful of who you're consuming. And so you can watch a variety of people, but if you are, only engaging with the 3Cs, but you're not engaging with the type 4 people that you watch, then you've already skewed the algorithm the wrong way. So I just want to see changes in that. Honestly, I don't know how. And I don't know if that will happen. I don't know if that will change. I don't know if people will really take heed to that. But oftentimes in a lot of these brand pages, they're posting 4C content. They're posting 4B and 4C content, and you're not seeing it because that content is not being engaged with. So, like, just be mindful about that. And if you feel like you need to go to those brands' pages and just throw up insane amounts of love in the comment sections of those 4C hair posts, then do it. Like, it doesn't hurt. But yeah, I'm trying to see more representation in 2019, and I see people trying to do it. They're just not getting the engagement. And I don't want those things to be hidden from you guys. And that's really what's happening. A lot of it is being hidden. So far, I'm liking this application. It's looking like this is going to be a standard 3-use situation for an 8-ounce container. Even though I swear I still hear people talking about this doesn't have all the product it should. I'm just like, it's an 8-ounce container. Or like, people are like, Camille Rose is making their product smaller, and I'm like, pretty much all of their jars have always been 8 ounces. Like, I don't I don't know what y'all talking about. But it's just that tumbler situation. So like, the outside layer is a 12-ounce jar, but the inside part with the product is an 8-ounce jar. And honestly, that doesn't bother me. Like, I think the whole tumbler look is actually really cute, I also like that because if I drop the product and something happens to the jar, like, the product is still fine inside. I say that because I'm a clumsy person. Like, the average person probably wouldn't care. But I'm clumsy, so I care. This is going through really smoothly though. But yeah, that's just been like the running thing that's on my mind. I've just really taken notice to that in just the last couple of weeks. And I was like, this doesn't really make sense. Like, why am I seeing this and nobody else is seeing it, Like, what's happening? Sometimes I feel like I'm crazy and people are like, well, I don't like them because they don't post 4C. And I'm like, I just saw 3 different 4C posts, Like, what do you... I don't know who that was, but that was excessive. Yeah, a lot of you guys have been asking for a stash video. And I have every intention of doing one, but I'm waiting until I get my room situated. Because I have so much stuff everywhere, first of all. Like, the room needs to be reconfigured and resituated. My desk is still being worked on, so that's not here yet. But once I have my desk, I'll know how much room I have to work with, so then I can get new shelving in the corner that you can't see. For my products, I can know how much shelving I'm going to have over there, because I want to put a cat tree in the corner for Ellie, and then also shelving for my products. So that way this kind of situation will be like my work corner. So I'm just working on that, because I haven't done a stash video since like, it's been almost 2 years since I've done a stash video. So I do have an old one on my channel, but it doesn't even remotely reflect everything that I have now. Oh, and I did, I got the She Sent It Tahiti cocktail collection. I am so excited, y'all. I unboxed them on Instagram. I don't have them over here, so I'm not gonna run over and get them right now, but I'm so excited. Like, sometimes I just wonder, like, how in the world does She Sent It keep coming out with this new stuff? But all of the textures are super unique. Like, nothing ever really feels the same when they launch a new line. Like, even the leave-in and the passion fruit and flax collection was still different than the other leave-ins that I have. Like I said, I think that one's my favorite now just because it's so creamy. But I got the Tahiti cocktail collection. I did get the jelly from the passion fruit and flax collection, because I know y'all were hoping that I would review that. So I did pick that up. I finally got my hands on another blueberry co-wash. I only got one blueberry co-wash because there was a co-wash in the Tahiti collection. So I didn't see the point in getting 3 co-washes when I have like a whole sink. The cabinet under my sink is full of co-wash. So I didn't see the point in getting 2. Decided not to be super excessive. And then what else did I get? I got like one more thing. Oh, the Avocado Moisture Max mask. I picked that up. I wanted to see how that was because I did not like the rinse out conditioner. So I want to see if I actually end up enjoying the deep conditioner. But I was so happy that they ended up having a sale. Like, that was perfect timing. And I saw the email as soon as it came through. As soon as I got that email, I hopped on the site and I purchased everything. So I was ready. So I'm really excited. Cause y'all know I just be missing stuff. Like, I can't keep up with everybody. So yeah, I do have that. I kind of want to go to the beauty supply store and see if they have the new My Elle line. Because truthfully, I would rather get it on the ground than order it. And I've heard that it's supposed to be making its way to Target, but I'm impatient. I know y'all do want to see a review on that. There's so much stuff to review in so little time. But somehow I'm doing it. Like, I used one of the Camille Rose cleansing milks today. Y'all know I'm piecing together like a comprehensive review of that, so I'm really excited about that. I've used 2 out of the 3. I have 1 more to use, and then I'll be done with that video. It's just all about timing. And then it's harder when like you have a job where your hours are all over the place. Nothing is consistent. So I don't really know my filming schedule until I know my actual schedule at my job. And sometimes that takes a minute too. So, you know, just be like that. But I think I've done a decent job at like balancing, like trying to get up the 3 videos a week. Cause I just love creating content. Like I enjoy creating the content. I love putting it out there. And it's nice now that like I'm actually getting to a point where I can kind of see things coming together with everything that I'm getting from my filming setup and everything. So I'm really excited about that. I'll probably start playing with backdrops soon and everything. Because a couple of the brands that I'm working with want me to have like clean backdrops. So, you know, I can't have Ellie in every video, right? But like, how can you resist that sweet face? But, so I am all done with application. And yeah, so I'll have 2 more uses of this. The application was really, really nice though. Felt really good, really creamy. Had a really nice slip because of that BTMS. I told y'all, BTMS is like magic. It just, if you have ingredients that are just too heavy, throw some BTMS up in that bitch and watch her transform. But no, I'm feeling this. The stuff does have that algae in it, so it is supposed to help to strengthen. Overall, like I felt like it had a nice slip. It was really creamy. It smells nice, and I felt like my curls were starting to pop with the product in my hair. Let's see. It says for extra conditioning, put on a plastic cap and apply heat for a minimum of 20 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my bonnet on over this just to trap some more of that heat in. I'm going to do some laundry, and then I'm going to sit underneath my deep conditioning cap, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about whether she is going to be on the hit list or if she will remain on the shit list. I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back, and these are my final results with the deep conditioner rinsed out. And I'm actually very pleased. Very, very pleased. Definitely brought some bounce back into my curls now. There's only like, the algae is very far down the list, so you're only going to get so much out of that blue-green algae. But definitely some extra poppage. I can feel some of the moisture left on my curls, but my curls are also very plump. My hair was a little frizzy before I started doing this, but it did tame some of that frizz. My hair feels really good. Let me see if there are any claims. So it just says that it is a decadent vitamin packed treatment infused with botanical blue-green algae and emollient mango butter, crafted to prevent strands from breaking, shedding, and thinning. So there really aren't many claims. Mom just finished this up. I'm going to apply my Eden Body Works serum while my hair is still relatively damp. That's how I like to apply it on each side of my head. But so compared to how this worked all those years ago, this is a monumental step up. Like a much better application. It was easier to glide through the hair. It actually soaked into my strands. It penetrated really well, so I didn't have a lot that I needed to rinse out, honestly. And I found that this was far more moisturizing now than this was in the past. Can y'all see just how, I feel like just in general, my hair is really coming into its own lately. And my naked hair has just been looking really good. Like, I've been using great treatments, but I think just in general, I think my hair is really just flourishing. But this wouldn't make like my top. Like this isn't going to be in a favorites video. Like, it's really good. It's nice to have. I would pick it up during a sale, but I would not run out to buy it. And I would not keep a backup of it, if that makes sense. So I really like the ingredients on it. I think they are very nourishing, hydrating, moisturizing ingredients. I definitely felt the effects of the mask. My hair does feel stronger, even though it is still nice and soft. But overall, just compared to what I've tried, it's not my favorite, but I do think that the formulation has definitely improved greatly. And so I think if this is something that you have been wanting to try, it's definitely worth a try. Like, back in the day, I would have been like, I wouldn't suggest this to anybody. I didn't see how people were like just raving about it, because it literally just sat on my hair. But this, like, you're going to get results out of it, because now it is formulated to really penetrate into the hair strand. And it has ingredients that are going to keep it from just sitting on top of the hair. Like I said, I am going to get 2 more uses out of this. So that's standard for me with an 8-ounce container. I usually get 3 uses out of an 8-ounce container. Sometimes 4 if the spreadability factor is there. It spreads really well, but I did feel like I still needed to use a little bit more than some other deep conditioners. So this is a really good one. I'm happy that I did revisit it, because, you know, like, it's always good to go back and see, like, maybe you didn't know how to use the product, or maybe the old formulation just was not conducive to what you were looking for in your results. And I mean, bottom line, it is a pricey product. I only paid $10 for mine, but regular price, it is expensive. And so I don't mind paying top dollar for products if they really do work. But back then I was like, yeah, I didn't have money to spend like that. And so it was really frustrating, like, getting products and trying them and trying to see if I saw an effect over time, and seeing not a single thing. Like, that's really frustrating, you know? But I am happy to report that this is much better than the first time I used it. Definitely something that I can see why people love it now, because a lot of you guys have suggested it to me. And prior to that Camille Rose haul, I had been like, I don't know. But, you know, $10, I was like, for $10, I'll go back and try it. So it's definitely a good mask. And it definitely does its job. I think within the Camille Rose line, I do prefer my my Oud Rich Moisture Infusion treatment. So if we're just talking based on the Camille Rose line, I would purchase that over this one, even though this one does have like some mild protein and some mild biotin in it. It does have good ingredients that are reconstructive, but I could just switch off between my Nangai and Tsubaki and my Oud Rich Infusion and call it a day and get everything I would need to maintain my hair. You know what I mean? So, I think if you're somebody who doesn't really, like, just likes to have one that's just moisture protein balanced, you don't really like to do protein treatments, you're not really aimed at just doing one or the other throughout the weeks, then this one would be good for you. It's like a one-stop shop because you get both. But me personally, I prefer the way that the other two perform better, than this one, so I think with the newer ones, they just really got it right with those. And those stand to be my favorites. So I do have the Buriti Nectar. I do want to see how that one works, because it does sound like it is kind of the same concept as this one, except not as butter rich. It's supposed to be like that moisture and repairing, like, balance situation. So I do still have that one to review. And I also have the Lavender Quench Deep Conditioner. So both of those will be on the channel. They are just sitting there waiting for me to review them. But yeah, so overall, like if I had to give Algae Renew a grade, I would give it a C+. It works, it's effective, it does everything that it says that it will do, but it just doesn't blow me out of the water. So during sales and stuff like that, I would absolutely pick this back up, but just on the regular, I'm not going to be reaching for her. She's not going to be the first thought for me. But thank you guys so much for tuning into the Self-Care Sunday. I'm about to go get some snacks. My mom and dad went to the farmer's market yesterday, and they bought back like bushels of peaches and nectarines and watermelon and berries, and I'm just like in heaven. So I'm going to go eat some fruit and go finish off my head. I'm doing the Eco Styler wash and go that I always tell you guys about. So I'm just going to section my hair off in thirds, put my almond marshmallow leave-in on top of this situation, and then I am doing Eco Gold today because I just want something that I know is going to work. I'm not in the mood to test anything today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this installment of Self-Care Sunday. I just love putting these up for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like. I would love to get a comment from you guys. Just tell me what you're thinking, how you feel about the topics we discussed today. If you kind of have any solutions to what we discussed today, I would love to see some growth in that issue, so that we can start actually skewing the algorithm towards what we want to see in the natural hair community. And of course, I would love to see you guys subscribe. We're so close to 1,000, and I am so thankful, and y'all are just so encouraging and like loving and supportive, and y'all hype me up. Y'all keep me humble. Like I love it. So, you know, we're just only growing from here, and I'm loving every single second of it because every new subscriber is another person that I get to kick it with. So I would love if you would subscribe, and I will see you guys in Tuesday's video. Bye.